I Hey guys, welcome back to another motherfucking video. I am outside again, and this time I'm actually really loving the weather. Like, you can clearly see me, and this is like a day after it rained over here. My phone is not complaining about being overheated, because last time I was out here like a few days back, I'm like, you know what, I have a topic in mind, and then I was like, the sun is kind of like a little bit intense, but I'm like, I'm kind of used to it in a way, you know, like it's not really bothering me. But my phone was like, girl, you need to leave because I'm overheating right now. If you don't leave right now, I'm gonna explode. So I had to stop in the middle of me recording. But I don't know, the energy just feels a little bit different right now. And before I get into today's topic, I will say a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm very much aware that I have not been as active on this channel as some of y'all would have assumed. Like, oh my god, you know, she restarted her channel recently, she's about to blow us up with content after content, and you know, she's gonna be consistent as fuck, she's gonna, you know, and that's not the case. And honestly, I'm not bothered by it. I did say that this year I was gonna be more spirit-led than ego-driven. So if I'm being called to rest and take a step back, I will do just that without panicking, without getting anxiety. Because, you know, the scary thing about people in our society nowadays, when they're being called to take a step back, when they're being called to rest, they panic. They see it as a bad thing, you know. Everyone is so stuck in that survival mode, chaser mode. Like, I need to grind 24/7. I need to chase money. I need to, you know what I'm saying, chase anything, connections. And it's like, number one, the more you do that, life is going to teach you a lesson about you rushing and trying to chase stuff. Number two, you're only telling your path, yourself, and God that you don't trust that everything that is meant for you is already on its way to you, and all that it requires from you is just your alignment, your inner alignment. Sometimes God is like, you over here complaining to me about your energy being drained. Baby, I just told you to make some little tweaks. Trust me, the promises that I have over your life are on its way to you. All you need to do is maybe change some habits, change some thoughts that you have, the way you're speaking to yourself. Be more purposeful and intentional, you know. As opposed to last time that I used to be active on this channel, I feel like I was more ego-driven in the way of like, I would be more worried about the numbers, the viewers, followers, subscribers, you know, people's opinions, and, you know, just driven more by the external than my own self, my own spirit. This time, I'm stepping away from that. Like I said, if I'm being called to take a step back, sometimes you need to change your perspective. When you're being called to take a step back, it's for you to come back better. It's never for you to, man, I'm gonna lose everything that is meant for you. Have that in mind. You can even mess that up yourself. If it's something is meant for you, it's gonna be on its way to you. It's meant for you, it's stored for you, right? So I don't know about you, but I'm also trying to get it out of that survival mode, because I feel like that chasing stuff, like, you push what you want further away, and we're meant to just attract, you know, like, we're meant to just be on that attract and receiving mode. Of course you need to put in some work, but do not dysregulate your nervous system. I'm sorry, I know I should be looking at the lens more. Do not dysregulate your nervous system, you know. But yeah, anyways, that was a little disclaimer. I'm more focused on being more intentional and purposeful in what I do this time around. And I've actually felt just like more alignment even with people that I've come across, even on social media nowadays. Like, I'm a person that I believe in divine connections, divine alignment. Alignment and divine connections. Anyways, let's get into, there's a bee. Let's get into today's topic. So, some people have been asking me, Danny, how have you stopped giving a fuck? How have you stopped caring? How are you more expressive? How are you more vocal? What got you into this mode of like, we see you feeling yourself more, we see you, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really asked me that. I feel like maybe some people, some friends, like when I've reconnected with some people from my past, you know, they notice like sometimes you're the one doing the inner work and making those changes, and you're only seeing yourself, and we tend to be so hard on ourselves that we don't notice the progress that we're making, right? But from other people's perspectives, like they can witness that, they can notice that, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that your inner work goes unnoticed, or that, you know, you're not doing anything, you're not progressing, because God can see it and the people can see it as well, trust me. You know, and they've seen the changes that have been happening, I guess, within me. I wanted to speak on that because I feel like a lot of us struggle with that. I'm not perfect. I'm still a human being. There are times where I still do care about people's opinions. There are times where I'm an empath and I'm sensitive. Like there are times where it's not that certain things trigger me more nowadays. It's like I get to a mode of like I want to stand my ground and defend myself, especially nowadays that, you know, this throat chakra is opening up more and I'm being more vocal about my beliefs and the things that I stand on and just my opinions. And like I said, becoming more expressive. Like I tend to still be a little bit, you know, reactive when someone tries to challenge me, you know, because everyone nowadays, I feel like the engagement of the battle of the ego, that's what I want to call it. Some people like want to be right. They can't stand you having a different perspective than yours. They try to put you down for thinking differently, and that's something that honestly used to scare me so much in the past. In the past, I used to be so quiet. I've always been that quiet girl in school. That was me. I've always been so quiet. I've always been, you know, like cautious about the things that I would say to people, because like I said, I'm an empath, so I'm very careful about what I'm saying or how I'm delivering things can make a person feel or have an effect on them, right? So but throughout time, I've realized that was only getting me out of my own alignment, because I was caring too much. Not only about my empathy, being overly empathetic, if that's a word, being overly empathetic, but also like caring too much about people's opinions of me. On this journey, going through a period of like isolation and solitude, and it's just me, myself, and God, for like majority of some points. I remember this one time I was scrolling on social media, and I think it was around last year, and I was really going through it, and I looked at my phone and I was like, I was really going through it, and I looked at people, you know, going on trips and, you know, having fun and, you know, just looking good and, you know, just giving that energy that they were happy, they were at peace, or like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm over here feeling a little bit miserable, and I'm like, my perspective changed. I'm like, damn, none of these people know what I'm going through. And instead of me saying, damn, like feeling bad about myself, none of these people know what I'm going through, I was like, none of y'all know what the heck I'm going through right now, and I'm going through it. You see, a lot of the times when we're going through dark tunnels, right, we're walking in that dark tunnel and we are trying to find, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. People only see you, the world will only see you once you come out of that tunnel. But how you were feeling during that time that you were walking and going through it, they don't know. They don't know nothing about what led you there. They don't know nothing about that. Like some people say, when God sometimes leads you to go through things and you don't look like what you went through. And that has happened to me a lot of the times, you know. Some stuff in the past has been like, yeah, we can see that you're going through it, Danny. But other stuff, like after that, like it's like I still keep going, you know. But I had to stop giving a fuck about people's opinions because I was just feeling caged, you know, like I was just feeling just caged up, like changed up. And I feel like a lot of us are in this mode of like just liberating ourselves from the chains that we have also put on ourselves, because most of it is like it's the assumptions and perspectives that you have of yourself that you might think that a person is feeling about you. But it's like when you actually stop, you know, and separate yourself from those thoughts, you're gonna be like, everyone is literally living their own realities and actually worrying about themselves. In the past, me recording outside used to be like, I would be on panic mode, like I don't want people to hear me, hear what I have to say. Like I would look around all the time. Like it would just be so, I would just be so anxious and panicky. But now I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna speak my truth, my peace, and my honesty. And you know what? You don't know who you may be helping. We all impact one another and influence one another. That small interaction that you have with a stranger, it can make a huge difference. So I also had to put my purpose above my own insecurities, you know. I had to put what I felt like I'm here to do, like, above how I felt, because that's also can be selfish. We're all gifted. You have a gift inside of you that God already gave you, and it's your fears that are holding you back. That fear of being perceived and seen that is holding you back. And also for me, it has also been like what they call it, I don't know if I'm about to say it right, but like imposter syndrome, that you know, you think this way about yourself, and it's like, it might be like you start singing, right? And a lot of people, you're getting feedback that your singing is good. And then you're like, nah, I don't sing good. No, I don't know. It's like, why are you being so hateful towards yourself? Oh my God, it's about to rain. Please don't make it's about to rain. Yeah, no, it's not gonna rain. You see, mindset thing. It's not. God knows I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to do my little thing. But I had to, like I said, I had to unchain myself. And this honestly feels so liberating. Of course, I have to still balance myself and the things I say, because sometimes it will come out harsh, you know? And that is not my intention. But speaking your truth and being the most authentic self, and being your most authentic self, is the most powerful thing you can do in a world that everyone freaking cares, and everyone is trying to, you know, be like this freaking sheeps, following other people, trying to do what other people do, this and that. And my advice to you is just go to God. You know, like, go to God, ask why you were created, why you're here, and get on your mission, get on your purpose, because that's the most important thing. You have a purpose, you have a mission on this earth. Like, execute it and put it above like anything and anyone else. The only opinions that you should be caring about is yourself. It's about yourself. You know you better than yourself. You know, a lot of people, the fear of being misunderstood has been such a huge thing for me. Like in the past, I'm like, damn, but if I say these, they're not gonna understand. If I post this, they're not gonna understand. If I yada yada, they're not gonna understand. But then I understood that the more I worked on just being in alignment with myself and being just me, authentically me, you know, the more I got people, you know, in alignment that resonated with me, and they're like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I see you, like, I get you, you know. It was like I didn't have to over explain myself. I didn't have to. You have your collective of people, you know. You got to understand that you don't have to change for nobody, because God made you this way for a reason. Comparing yourself to other people, I'm like, it's honestly so stupid. I stopped comparing myself to people, like I said, when I realized that no one really knows what I'm going through. I tell people, not even the only one who can clock me, the only one who can clock me is the Most High God. Not even my own mother can clock me. Like, my mom sometimes is like, I gave birth to you, I know you. Sometimes it's like, I know you more than you know yourself. Like, I know you, I gave birth to you. Like, I'm like, girl, you don't know you. I mean, yes, you did, but you don't really know me. You have not seen me at my lowest points. You don't know what goes on in my mind every day. You don't know what I think about, you know, for my future. You don't know. You know, God only has seen it all. For anyone that is a lone wolf like me, you know, like, you've witnessed yourself walking alone most of the time, just being an introvert, or like going through life on your own most of the time, just know that you're actually not alone. You be those people that people think, man, they some loners, they don't have no friends, whatever. Maybe in the physical, I have nobody. In the spiritual realm, I'm very much aware who I have. And knowing who you are and knowing that there's no one like you is something that, knowing that should give you confidence. And being unique and different and weird and odd is actually shouldn't be a bad thing. I'm a person that I think outside the box, you know. Anyways, I don't want my phone to get wet. I think it is gonna rain a little bit more. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys resonated with it. Like I said, unchain yourself, liberate yourself, and I'll see you guys on my next